Unnecessary panic was achieved. Otherwise, we used to call that the deep doo-doo.
Yeah. Just don't make a shred of mistake and you'll be all right. But I feel good now, Art. I have a plan of attack.
Well, that's just tell her you're saving $5,000.
That's right. Here's the thing. Okay, plan A is to go out. My best friend had since high school just bought a $12,000, $11,000 radio. Okay, and I want one, but I don't want one that bad. That's overkill even to me. And he just went nuts. So I told my wife, guess what Mark just bought? And I'm using this ancient piece of crap
that you praised for 20 years.
Shut up, John.
Collector's piece now.
Okay. And you know, it's going to be just tough because I have a terrible time even finding parts for it anymore because the company's out of business and on. Okay.
But you know what's going to happen with this? When you spend $12,000 on this radio and you bring it to field day, you know what's going to get it.
Oh, I'm not bringing it to
Lightning's going to nail it, just like it did the last one.
Okay, so we got this. That's option A. To say I'm going out, I'm taking $12,000 out of the savings account. Too bad. Okay, I don't think that's going to be well received.
No.
Okay, plan B. I have an antenna that I kind of like. That costs about $3,000. And there's another nice radio that costs about, by the time you get all done, $1,700. You save $5,000. And I could say, well, I'm going to go out and get this $12,000 out. And then you get her all angry and then come back. This is Art's advice. Come back and say, well, why don't we do this instead? I'll save you $6,000. All I need is $5,000 and I'll be happy.
This is kind of the way I got the wife to buy the Jeep, right?
Oh yeah.
Sitting there and she says, I took her down to the Harley dealer. I said, that's what I want. That's what we need is a big
Harley.
My wife went, what? No. It was her previous boyfriend had one many years ago. That's why her ankle's not in the best of shape now. I said, that's what we need to get. And my wife went, really? So a little while later I said, see this Cherokee? It's red, and it's got a heater and doors and a roof.
And it worked.
And it starts.
The old motorcycle.
It just doesn't have no four-wheel drive, So the Jeep looked a lot nicer compared to and it was cheaper than the Harley too.
Plus you can use it more than 6 days a year.
Some of these new sets, they're so complex. It's like a friend of mine went to his wife to look for the new cars.
Oh, they're way too tight.
So they have the proximity. You don't need a key anymore. You just get near the car.
Forbidden zone.
Forbidden zone, and then the car opens the
No.
So I said, well, now isn't that just perfect? Now all you do is you station two guys behind the next car, and as soon as the thing opens, they jump the girl, throw her in the back seat, and they've got the girl in the car.
Yeah, another bad idea. Well, I've been having the infamous check engine light game go on, so I just been ignoring it and then pull the battery on it and that. And when Doug was here, he would look at it and go, okay, reset, and we were fine. Well, it went off. I said, well, what? Okay, so I pulled the battery and I'm fine. So we went over to Grand Forks and I'm driving around. We hit a bump and the check engine light come on. I was like, are you kidding me? Really? So the next day we're driving around, boom, it went off. I went, okay. So this has been going on and on and on and on. So finally, check engine light came on again. I went, okay, so I took it in. The guy went, yeah, reset it, we'll see what happens. I went, really? So check engine light comes on again. I go back in there and he says, well, there's a pump that sucks the vapors so that they won't sneak into the atmosphere and cause a major pollution issue for the world. It's going to throw it to the charcoal storage canister. It's leaking. So the vapor sucking pump is leaking. This sounds like a real crisis to me.
You would get one of those used for about $1,350.
Something like that. So we replaced the happy pump, reset everything. I'm driving along, bing. We're back, right? He says, well, we smoke tested everything and the gas cap is bad. I said, how about if I take this big ass screwdriver and just make a vent? Well, the light will stay on all the time. That's my point.
I found a black electrical tape also.
The one time you might need to know what it is, the car ain't gonna start anyhow.
Well, that's the problem, that's my wife's Subaru, we drive around, it says check engine all the time, it's continuous, perpetual.
Yeah,
It's like,
I told him, it says the amount of money you're spending on.
you should buy one of those little
Just buy the
boxes.
$300 check,
And-
plug
and
it in.
plug it in
Find out what the
permanently.
code is.
And if it's an important code, and the mechanic finally told me the other day, I was over there again, he said, you know, if you had your own checker here, I can tell you what codes not to worry about, and if they come up, just reset them and ignore them. I went, okay.
well, yeah, I mean, that's really.
So that's our next purchase.
Well, you guys gotta understand though, that check engine deal, it may be that it controls the sensors that handle the amount of air that go to the different parts of the engine. So if it's selling you a check engine, that engine isn't maybe running right.
It could be a lot of things. They've been, in all the cases we have.
It's monitoring a couple hundred
It
sensors.
runs all right with
Yeah,
check
right,
engine
right, yeah.
forever.
It doesn't, and it doesn't categorize what, you know, I burp, and you
No,
put too
not
much
really.
gas in,
You don't know
whatever.
if it's something trivial or if it's shred mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, could be.
Converters
could
melting
be
down,
oil
yeah.
pressure, for Pete's sakes, you kinda wanna know that, don't you?
But we don't wanna put an oil gauge on there, cause you might not need to know that, right?
Well, it's no oil gauge on them all.
No, you get the idiot light that pops on when the engine's
The
fried.
check engine light, if I lose oil pressure on either of my cars, the check engine light comes on, it's the
Does it
only
really?
thing you got. Well.
If it's already on all the time, how you gonna
Well,
know?
yeah.
My Pathfinder's
Subaru,
got
it's
an
on.
oil light on it too.
I've been rooting for the Subaru to die for years, but.
With the van.
You know, but my wife likes it. And I will say the four-wheel drive is nice and all that stuff. I can't fit in the thing. It's okay for zipping around town, but if I drive it for more than like an hour,
My daughter's got that
Don't worry.
Tribeca Subaru, that's their SUV, and that's an awful nice unit, but the new Outbacks are pretty darn nice.
oh, they've got a lot, and I'm not saying they're not nice, I'm
Yeah.
just saying they're not built for somebody who's got long legs.
I test drove Outback.
Well, look at Fred in that Outback, he gets in that Outback and go on and find the new one.
I drove it Outback, and to me, it drives like a truck.
It does,
The thing is just too dang small to get into.
Driving the
for it.
truck, yeah.
I don't know,
You have to
65
bend
Power
down to
Wagon
get in the
has a
damn
certain
thing.
mystique to it. With the wood bed that's half rotted out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm finding out with my Crown Vic, is you just can't get
I
into it
sure like
anymore.
my Pathfinder. My Pathfinder's got the best damn.
Not just
seats in it.
this,
Car
which
I've
is
ever
a big
had.
problem, is you have to bend down and twist to get in the damn.
Yeah, you gotta get low on that thing. I'm amazed how low you have to get.
Well, that's how they get with that big a car, they still get 26, 27 miles per gallon, which is pretty amazing.
It is, but
That's
you have to
right.
bend.
But they do it by.
You have to
that
bend
thing-
and twist to get into the
That
thing.
thing's a very slippery design.
Yes.
That's
What's
why they
that?
haven't changed it.
Yeah.
What's that?
My land yacht, the Mercury, it's a very, it cheats the wind. I get on the highway, I regularly get 26, 27 miles per gallon.
Good
and,
car.
That's what I was getting. That's what I was getting with the Crown Vic.
It's gonna be
V8, everything.
interesting to see what the F-150 does now.
Oh, with the
It's all-
aluminum.
All of aluminum now.
Yeah, that's sort of.
That
got
thing's
the-
gonna make 28, 29 miles a gallon on.
Where do you put a mag mount on an aluminum car?
Is that the Raptor?
Don't.
Well, you put a piece of
that
copper
the
brass
Raptor?
on the bottom.
Make a hole
Is that
just.
150 Raptor?
Yes.
Yeah, I
With the
don't know.
500 horsepower engine?
Well, it's gonna be, the F-150 is gonna be, they're all gonna be aluminum.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, but
So you can recycle your truck.
are you
and
gonna
really
get
recycle it,
26
right?
mile or 29 miles a gallon
You turn it up.
with,
off.
500 horsepower
No, I
engine?
think
Oh, I
they
don't
wouldn't have
think
done it if they
so.
hadn't.
And so you can patch it like you used to patch the holes in World War II. You take bottle caps and
There you
beat
go.
them flat so you
But
can
I'll
get a
bet they're
similar
normal.
for bullet holes.
Well,
Well, guys, I'm gonna go work on the Red Cross station. Use that computer set.
I gotta go home
And I will also climb up and see whether or not that vertical's hooked up. I doubt that it's grounded. I don't.
Well, here's a question on that. Since we want a HF antenna on 40, why don't we just put up a 40-meter dipole?
You could.
Because 80's too big.
Yep.
Trap dipole's not the most efficient, but we can build a 40-meter dipole and nothing flat.
Yeah.
All we need is another run of coax, right?
Yep. Yep. And it wouldn't, you still have the vertical there for base.
Yeah, yeah.
That would work. That'd be nice. We've got plenty of coax right now.
But have they got a new director for Red Cross yet?
I haven't heard, maybe the young lady, I'm trying to think of her name,
So those rumors about it closing aren't true then?
got me. No, I just go down there and I've got,
I would think with all the activity they do up here, they wouldn't close it.
Coming down, of course, you're down here now. I was gonna say, anybody wants to come over to the club station tomorrow, I'll start at about 7:30 and be there till about 5, unless.
What's
there's
contest?
It's the first, but the last real contest that there are 2 of them before field day. And I just thought it'd be nice to get anybody like Randy or anybody who, you guys have a club meeting tomorrow, do you? I think so.
No.
No,
It's
it's
too early.
Too early.
But anybody who wants to come over and just kind of get a taste of it.
I don't know.
and
I don't know if
without-
Jake will be available or not.
Without, without any pressure,
No, there goes the Toyota cops.
it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll be there.
7:30
Bismarck.
a.m. to 5 p.m.?
Bet they're heading to Bismarck.
Well, the contest starts at 8, but I'm gonna get there a little early. I'd be nice.
AM?
Hmm?
AM?
Yeah.
No.
So it'd be nice if.
Get an hour of the swimming thing.
Oh, I'm glad you came by.
Yeah,
And
we don't play